Yauts, Ab Kilosunugwa. Hello, I'm called Ab. And today I wanted to present to you something I've been working on. I've been going out and taking pictures in isla territory of the plants that we have around here. So a lot of things are growing, a lot of things are blooming right now, so I thought it would be a good time to go out and take some pictures. So I call this presentation Nuwa Kegila Supulha, and the literal meaning for it is to be making thoughts about flowers. So something that it roughly translates to botany in English. So these are the pictures that I've taken, and I've provided transcriptions of the isla names for the plants. So let's take a look at that. So this first one, Gotlats Pulha. Gotlats Pulha. So this is a salmonberry blossom. So Gotlas is a salmonberry bush. The C here basically connects Gotlas to this word here, Pulha, which is flower. So it basically means flower of salmonberry bush. And something to keep in mind is that there are different words for different parts of the plant and at different stages sometimes. So the word for salmonberry is golali. So this has not become a golali yet, so we can't call it golali. But it is still the salmonberry bush, gotlas. So it becomes gotlats pulha. And this is usually one of the first plants to start blossoming in isla territory. And it signifies basically the coming of a new year. That's kind of the isla New Year is brought on by the salmonberry blossoms. This is actually not a recent picture. All the other ones I've taken in the past week or two. This is one that I took last year. And this is Bootlats Pulha. Bootlats Pulha. So this is a wild rose, sometimes called a Nootka rose. So this blooms later in the summer. And you can see it also has pink flowers, but the flowers are bigger, the petals are rounded, and it has this yellow part in the middle. So these will start growing probably a couple months from now. And Boutlas is a rose bush. Bathboulé is rose hips, so this will eventually become a rose hip. This will turn into Bathboulé later in the year. Titwas, or Titwas. This one is Titwas. Titwas. So this one, I wasn't sure what to call it because it's, well, Titwas. Titwas means wild crabapple bush, wild crabapple tree. But you can see the buds are just starting to grow. This was last week when I took these pictures, this picture here. So it's kind of in an in-between stage. They haven't started becoming flowers yet, and they haven't started becoming crabapples, which will happen at a later stage. So I just call it Titwas, which is the whole plant, the crabapple tree. And Tihwa is what these will eventually become. So Tihwa is the fruit, the wild crabapples that will later start growing. This one is Oksuli. Oksuli. Pay attention to the pronunciation there. Ok, su, Lee. I hear a lot of people miss out on this U. That is a part of the word. So my feeling is that if you're going to use the word, you should use the whole word. So you should be saying Oksuli. Oksuli. And they call this Indian hellebore. I personally don't really like the word Indian, so I just call it hellebore. Hellebore. And this is what it looks like. Oksuli. And that is the last one. So this is an ongoing series. I have another set of slides that I can show you. That will be in the next video. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and you learned a little bit about how different plants look in our territory. Until next time, remember, learning is its own reward. Exquiguelas. I put all these ones together because they're in the same format. These are all landscape format. So they're wider than they are, or wider and narrow. They're wider and they're wide and narrow. So